Hi guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Paul here at Paul Phillips Fix. Before I start on the fuel injectors and stuff on the Impala, I just wanted to mention to help support the channel, you guys could purchase tools and supplies that I use from the links in the video description that I will post. It's at no added cost to you, but through the Amazon affiliate link thing, a small part will go to the channel. Wendy has supported this channel a tremendous amount with her efforts and financing, so it's the least I could do to try to thank her, because we're looking at video editing program, the tools, the supplies, all the video editing, the typing and all that stuff. Wendy's fantastic with that. So enough of that, guys. Okay, I got an 08 Chevy Impala here. Oh, please give a like and subscribe too. It shows YouTube somebody's watching. So I got an 08 Impala. I put new fuel injectors in here, and I have a rich condition. It seems that one of the new fuel injectors is faulty and it's leaking. So we're going to be pulling the plenum off today and putting a new set of injectors in. This time I bought OEM injectors. So you were going to need a 5/16 nut driver or socket to loosen your hole clamps, or a flathead screwdriver. You're going to take this off, then get rid of this to get it out of the way. Disconnect your mass airflow sensor. Then this vacuum line comes off. You just pull this little tab back and that pops off. Then you're going to need a 13 mil. You're going to have to remove, let me get a light so you can see. Hold on a second, guys. I didn't want to drag this out for hours while I'm working on this. I don't know if you can see in there, right here where my light's touching, are the two bolts that hold the coil pack in place. You're going to have to take those bracket bolts out. Those are 13 mil, and then you're going to have to loosen the upper plenum, the upper intake manifold, which is the plenum. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts, I believe. Those are 13 mil. You're also going to have to take this bracket off. I believe that's an alternator bracket. It's an arm for the alternator. You don't have to take the whole thing out, I don't think. You may have to remove this one alternator bolt. I hope you can see right there, that bolt. You're probably going to have to take that out. I don't recall. It's been a while since I did this, but I think that has to come off. You have to remove this. You're going to need a deep 13 for that. Let me see if that is a 13, in fact. I believe it is. Yes, that is another 13 mil fastener. So you're going to have to take this off and then get that bracket out of the way to get to that last plenum bolt. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plenum bolts. All right. I believe you're going to need one of these. This is a 3/8 fuel line wrench. You're going to take this retaining clip off of here that locks the fuel line on. Then put this up in here and depress it. And there's a couple of little arms that come out and lock the fuel line in place. It is best to discharge your fuel line. The check valve in my fuel pump is leaking, so my fuel line should not be pressurized, but under optimum circumstances your fuel line will hold pressure. So you're going to have to go in the fuse box. Let's see if we can find out which fuse it is for you. You're going to start the car with the fuel pump fuse removed. Let me see if I can show you which fuse that is. Hold on a second, we're looking here. AC compressor, fan. Fuel pump. So it's the top left 15 amp fuse right here. This top one on the left, that 15 amp fuse is your fuel line, your fuel pump fuse. So you're going to want to start the car and pull that fuse and let it run the fuel dry. I'm gonna do that just in case I am holding some pressure in my line. It cannot hurt. Then you're going to disconnect your battery, okay? Remove the ground post, the ground lead off of your battery, okay? All right, I guess I might video the whole procedure and then just fast forward it as we go. You're also going to have to loosen these two bolts, these two fasteners, they're nuts, underneath your throttle body, and you're going to pull these two coolant lines off beneath the throttle body. You can leave the throttle body on, if I recall correctly, and just lay the plenum up out of the way. When you do get the plenum off, your intake ports on the intake manifold, you're going to want to put rags or paper towels in them so nothing falls in there, because if something falls in there, then you got problems, okay? So we'll be back. GoPro, stop recording. Okay guys, before you remove these hose clamps, or actually take them off, start your car and pull that 15 amp fuel pump fuse. I just did that. I put these hoses back on, ran a little rough because I had a vacuum leak, but I ran the fuel system dry. So now again, pull this clip, lift this up, take that off, and we're going to start disassembling this. I think I'm going to get this out of the way as well. I'm going to take my air cleaner housing off. Good time for me to clean my K&N air filter. I highly recommend them if you do not have one of them on your vehicle. They're a one-time purchase. It's a 1,000,000-mile filter. What you do is every couple of oil changes, you take the filter out and clean it and spray it with air filter oil. You can buy the K&N brand or another market brand. If you look here, sorry, I'm tripping over stuff. K&N, baby. K&N in my bike, K&N in everything. K&N filter here, K&N filter there, K&N filter over there. I've been using them for years. You'll hear people say, oh, the oil is going to mess up your mass airflow sensor. You don't saturate it with oil. Just lightly spray it, let it soak in, and then put your air filter in. So test proof that your engine breathes easier with them. Your engine is nothing more than an air compressor. It sucks it in, compresses it with fuel and air mixture, and blows it out. So the more air it can move, the better it runs. So I've never had a problem with any of my engines becoming oil burners or losing compression. This car has 170,000 miles on it, runs like a top. My truck that finally got destroyed from the road salt had 198,000 miles on it, ran like a top. This has got over 100,000, and so does the black car right here. And they all run fantastic. Very important, stay up on your oil changes. I cannot stress how important oil changes are. People always tell me, oh, the manufacturer says. I try to remind them, the manufacturer is in the market of selling cars. They do not want you to do things that are going to make your car last forever. Then they can't sell you more cars. So these 10,000 mile oil changes, bullshit. Not on any vehicle I have. So I do them between 6,000 and 7,000 miles. If it's a new car, you can get away with 8,000 miles with full synthetic oil. But I don't like pushing any more than that. These Mobil 1 filters that say they're good for a year, or something like 20,000 mile oil filter, no way, man, that's crazy. Oil is so cheap in comparison to an engine or engine repairs. Like if you have bad rings or valve issues, you're talking big bucks. So go 30 bucks for a bottle of full synthetic. Mobil 1 is what I like to run. Castrol's good oil, all the major synthetic brands. Even that Walmart oil, the full synthetic, is good. Walmart does not have their own oil refinery. They are subbing that out from somebody else. Some people said it's probably Quaker. I don't know what oil it is, but it's full synthetic. It meets all the guidelines for these engines. So run synthetic oil and do your oil changes religiously, please. put a little note. I write it on Scotch tape and put it on the upper left corner of my windshield. That way I cannot forget when my next oil change is due. So it's afternoon. I really don't want to get started on this because I hate doing half-ass projects, getting halfway done with things, and I don't like leaving an engine open. But maybe I should just delve in and start tearing it apart, huh? Looks like we're gonna just do it, man. Let me set up my tripod. And start going. Gotta raise you up here, guys. Check what camera settings I'm at. We don't want wide. I'm going to stop this for a second and change to a narrower field. I don't know if I can do it while I'm filming. I don't think so. No, I can't. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, guys. So this is coming off. Try to remember which way your hose goes on. Actually, I'm going to put it back on here. That way I know which way it goes. I'll leave that right on there. Put it back on your air cleaner intake. That way you know which way your hose runs. I believe those are 10mm fasteners down here. I could be wrong. Let me see. I believe they are 10 mil. AC Delco battery ratchet, excellent tool. They are 10 mil. I have a phone call. I'm sorry, I have to take this. GoPro, stop recording. Oh, so this is the AC Delco Heavy Duty 3/8 drive ratchet. I don't have this in the links, but down the road I plan on doing a Amazon store listings in my community page. That's something I have to work on. Seems like the days are always so full. I'm spending a lot of time on this absolutely amazing video editing program. It's what some Hollywood filmmakers use to produce their films. It's called DaVinci Resolve Studio 17, and this program is absolutely amazing. So I don't have to remove the throttle body. I do have to take this plug off though. Some of these connectors drive me nuts. This one you just lift up on it and it comes out. That does need to come out just to get this wiring out of the way. Oh, alright, you got to slide this back. Slide the gray tab back, then depress it. The gray tab locks it on. I guess that would be an important, I'm sorry, it probably had my head in the way, right? So, on this switch for the throttle body control, there's a gray tab here on the back. You have to slide that back and then depress that black tab and it comes off. On this one, you lift this tab and it comes off. Okay, so the throttle body you can leave on the plenum. One less thing you have to remove. This, I believe, just pulls off. Nope. There's a white tab here you have to depress. You can't see it because it's all greasy. Come around here. There's a white tab on the bottom. You push that in and that lifts off. Let me use my little screwdriver. I have no fingernails at all. I believe you push in. Yeah, you push in and lift that. That'll stay right on the plenum. Get in there with a little pocket screwdriver. Depress that. That lifts up. My other one's broken. I think I'll be able to manipulate this plenum around these. No, I'm not. I'm gonna have to remove them. I'm gonna make sure I clearly number them. Okay, guys. So here's your cylinders here. 2, 4, 6 in the front. So your left one is your 4th cylinder. Your middle one is your 2nd cylinder, and the one to the right on your coil is cylinder number 6. So you can mark them by number and mark the coil, or do what I did, put the plug, the wire number, and the position on it. I just put an L for left, M for middle, right for right side. Then remove them from the coil here. That way they'll be out of our way when we have to remove the plenum. We set it up out of the way. Those plug wires are out of our way now. So that's one way of doing it, just to speed up having to put it back together. You don't have to think so much. You do have numbers on the coil here, on the coil pack, so if you can do my number, if you have your original wires, they should be numbered. These are replacement wires. They do not have the numbers on them. So that's why I marked them like that. It just makes it easier for me to put the car back together. Now, first thing I'm going to tackle is this bracket over here. I want to see what the hell's going on with that. That was a deep wall 13 mil. After 50, everything goes to shit. I could not find the torque specs for this plenum anywhere. I thought I had the Haynes manual. It's for the wrong year. So that was not helpful at all. So that alternator bolt has to come out of there. That looks like it's going to be a 15 mil. Maybe it's larger than that. We're going to try a 15 first. I think that water bottle is going to have to come out of there as well. And I'm going to have to take that coolant jug out of the way as well. Those are 10mm fasteners. That looks like a good place for the harness to rub through. Just easier to move this out of the way instead of trying to fight working around this. 2 little stamped out fasteners. Set that on the side. I'm low on coolant, guys. I gotta put a little coolant in there. Where's my coolant going? Gonna try a 15. Yes, it is a 15. And I'm going to need a short extension to get in there. Now I'm taking this alternator bolt off right here. Right down here. Little Christmas tree retainer up there you're gonna have to pop out, and that bracket comes out. You can leave that bolt in there. You don't have to remove that all the way. I gotta go back in some because I can't get my damn ratchet out of here. Be careful you don't get your ratchet stuck in there, guys. I put this fuse cover back on, and I did not disconnect my battery yet. I think I should do that, huh? Back right up there. Bracket. Deep 13. Start removing these from the outside in. Let me get my coil brackets off first now. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here, guys. Where is that? Where the hell's that other coil bracket bolt? There it is. He's hiding on me. He's hiding on me. Am I getting there with a wrench? No, I'm gonna have to get that with a wrench. The other one I should be able to get to, but the back one I'm gonna get at with a 13 mil wrench. Coil bracket bolts I'm going to leave right up here on the cowling. Let me go get my wrenches, guys. I'll be right back. GoPro, stop recording. Another great tool. These long handle swivel head ratcheting wrenches. Excellent tool. Great for getting into places with the longer handle on them. Leave that other one right up here. I know where they are. I've got bad nature calls. Hi guys. While you had this out, this is the air intake piece. You'll see there's a honeycomb in there. Don't touch that. But if you look in the back here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. There's 4 little posts coming out, and there's a set of 3 towards the bottom. There's 2 little fine wires with very tiny resistors on there. That's your mass airflow sensor. Those are heated, and by the change in temperature they can tell how much air is going into your engine at an exacting amount. So that's the function of your mass airflow sensor. You could get mass airflow sensor cleaner. Excuse me. GoPro, stop recording. I'm sorry guys, I got interrupted with a phone call. I had a few calls I had to take. So that's those small wires. There's like a little resistor on there, or a heated coil, and it senses the amount of airflow that's taken into the engine. That's why you don't want vacuum leaks, because your engine needs to monitor how much air comes in. Then it can put the right amount of fuel to get stoichiometric fuel air mixture, which is 14.7 to 1, I believe. Yeah, 14.7 to 1. That's stoichiometric. So you can get mass airflow sensor cleaner and just spray that. Try not to touch it. If you are going to touch it with a Q-tip, hardly even touch it. You're better off just spraying it off from both directions. Try to get it clean, and that way your car will more efficiently meter the air that goes into the engine. So it's already 3 o'clock now. I'm not going to get done with this, and I don't want to leave that engine open overnight. So I got it started. I'll be motivated tomorrow morning to come at this and get this done. I'll be up early to go for a ride on my bike, and then I'll be back, and we'll finish, get that plenum off, and I'll show you how to get your fuel injectors out, so you can put a new set of fuel injectors in. One thing I am doing incorrectly on this job is I am not putting in new plenum gaskets, which is totally wrong. I don't recommend it to any of you, but I did this last year. I'm cheaping out, and I'm going to try reusing the replacement plenum gaskets that I had put on there, and hopefully I won't have an air intake leak, but you should not do that. I've searched high and low online. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to try to find the torque specs for that plenum. But I forget what the engine size is, but on the V8 it's like 18 pounds. Then on another engine it was 12 pounds or 11 pounds. So I'm going to try feeling what 11 and 12 feels like and see if that feels right to me. 18 I think sounds a little high, but we'll figure it out tomorrow. And if any of you guys find that spec, please post it in the comment section. You'll help somebody else out that's doing their engine. Okay, guys? All right, so tomorrow morning we'll be at it. See you then. Till then, bye-bye. GoPro, please stop recording. Come on, GoPro, stop recording.